Welcome to Love One Season 2, brought to you by Your Speak, bringing people together like never before. This is our seventh and final weekend, and it's called Be the Love. Our first show of Be the Love for Love One Season 2 is Tiny Secret Notes, starring Rosemarie, Slade of the UK and Louise Rook-Schofield of Illinois by way of the UK. Directed by Derek Kingsley and produced by Bob Sawyer of Maine. Claire Shadray of Massachusetts was the sound engineer. Tiny Secret Notes is written by Marj O'Neill Butler.
You look nice, Mum.
I always dress up for your father.
Mum,
I know what you're going to say. He's gone, but we don't really know, do we? If I didn't fix myself up, he could be looking down and thinking, that's not like you, Faye.
I don't think so, but if
Or it could be worse. I could be a sloppy mess, turning into a hoarder. Your father would hate that.
He would.
It's been a month. We spent all those years as a solid unit. How am I supposed to live now?
You have friends. You have John and me.
You don't come home to me every night.
No.
And who will rave about my cooking?
I will. I always do.
Or tell me I look great for an older woman.
Dad said that.
Of course. You know how he joked.
You didn't take offence.
I am an older woman, and he was an older man.
What do you remember most about first meeting him?
He had an aura around him. And such a nice smile. He looked right at you with those sparkling eyes. If I told you I swooned, would you believe me? I mean, I didn't drop my handkerchief or anything. He had such an impact on me. Love at first. In a way, I did swoon.
You never said.
Things like that are best kept to yourself, so you can enjoy them in your head. Again and again.
Everyone liked Dad.
Especially women. I had to peel off more than one. And he was so nonplussed about it all. Always said I was his one.
Did you have sex when you were going out with him?
What a thing to ask.
Did you?
I wanted to. He didn't. Said we should wait.
Did you get your way?
Did I ever?
Oh, hussy. My own mum. Good for you.
What am I going to do with all his clothes? He kept every single thing he ever bought. Some of it's so old it's come back in style.
It's okay to leave it for a while. I'll help you when you're ready.
I want to keep some things. I've been sleeping in his pyjamas.
Why do I feel I'm in the middle of a romance novel?
This awful grieving. Why do we go through this? I should be grateful he's no longer in pain.
That's something.
But I miss him. I miss his smell around the house. He had the most delightful body smell, even after he'd been gone all day. When he'd come home, I'd run to hug him so I could sniff his neck. Of course, you kids were important to me, and I wanted you very much, but he was my life.
Crap. I want that. Have always wanted that. I wish I were that lucky.
Very few are. We knew that. It's not too late for you, though.
For having kids, it is.
Lots of women have kids in their 40s.
First, I have to find my dream man. I always thought how lucky we were, John and I. Growing up with you two, so safe, loving, so positive and supportive about everything we did. But, in an odd way, I think it all backfired. We're both still single. No one we've met could ever live up to you or Dad.
Lucky us.
Dad was so worried about you. He knew you depended on him.
I had my own life.
I asked him, what if you married again? He said whatever was in the bank was yours, that you'd earned it 10 times over being his wife.
Nice. He always said the sweetest things.
Do you know how much is in the investments?
He showed me everything before he got too sick. I've been running the house, the bills and everything ever since.
Smart. So you're all set then, money-wise?
You'll be happy when I croak, 'cause I'll never be able to spend it all.
Oh, let's not hurry that.
It's good, though, since you don't have a husband.
Rub it in.
I don't mean to.
I know. Are you planning to stay in the house?
Uh-oh, here it comes.
I'm only asking because it's big and you don't really need all this space.
But what if I want it? Maybe I'll start taking in boarders, people who need a place to stay.
Mum.
Kidding. I've heard all the arguments from friends over the years. Their kids want them to sell out and move to a smaller place, assisted place. Disrupt their lives for no apparent reason. Why would I do that? I'm 68 and healthy. I know my neighbours. I can walk to the shop, the gym. Why would I want to uproot myself? Your father's death has disrupted me enough. This is my nest. The house we dreamt of after all the moving. Ask me again once I'm feeble.
And drooling?
You can buy me bibs for that. I mean, when I get to the point of not taking care of myself.
Okay, point made.
Oh, God. Is that? No, of course not. You see, my mind's going a little crazy.
What? You're as sane as ever.
I miss his notes. I'd be doing something and then see a little piece of paper sticking out of somewhere.
I know. Love notes.
You knew?
For years. When I'd find one, I'd read it and put it back so you could find it.
Notes of appreciation. The things he'd noticed I'd done for him. He understood I'd given up my career to marry him. He never forgot that, especially with all the moves.
I could write little notes. Hide them whenever I come over.
Wouldn't be the same, and you know it.
I know.
See that little piece of paper by the table? I swear it's a note from Dad. How did I miss this one? With his funny, squiggly writing.
It was squiggly, all right.
When could he have done that? He was so sick, could barely walk.
Maybe he knew he was close to the end. Read it.
My dearest Faye. He always called me that. You'll find this note after I'm gone. That way you'll know I'm thinking of you from afar. I've given little notes to lots of people to share with you. When they come over, they'll secretly hide a note in the house for you to find later. That way I know you won't be alone, and you'll continue to hear from me. Did you hide this?
I did.
When?
Today.
Who else has them?
I'm not telling. You'll have to invite people in to find out.
Is it just family?
Still not telling. Dad worked this out over his last 6 months.
Was always a fox.
You'd better start inviting people over. Dad used up 2 pens.
I'm not going to throw a party. I don't want all the notes to appear at once. I'll want to savour each one.
If I didn't love you both so much, I'd probably throw up.
So, I guess I have to pull myself together. Find a new hobby. I decided last week I'm going to use you for a new challenge.
What?
Search the internet for Dream Man.
Done that. No luck.
Are you looking in the right places?
I have scoured the internet. That's all I do in my spare time.
Maybe you need some in-person scouring.
Like what?
Go with me to my grieving group. There's quite a few men there.
I don't want an old fogey.
There's a couple of younger ones there.
And I don't want some young widower comparing me to his dead wife. You want me to start making casseroles?
Couldn't hurt. What could be the worst thing that happens? It'll give me something to do, a purpose. You might meet someone nice. Maybe I'll get some instant grandchildren, get you settled, finally.
Why don't you start with John? He's older.
He can't get pregnant. That has to be a priority.
You got this all worked out.
Not quite, but I'm working on it.
My mother, the matchmaker.
I have my eye on one man in particular. His name is Thomas Pleasant.
Nice name.
Look him up on the internet. He's the right age, religion, he has a good job.
Why do I feel I'm being railroaded into this?
Because times are wasting. My meeting's on Monday. Get a haircut, wear a dress.
I'm not sure.
I showed him your photo last week, and, well, I tucked a little note into his pocket. I know it'll do the trick.
You give him a tiny secret note. Oh my God, what did you say?
I gave him all your stats. Built up how nice you are.
I feel like a horse at auction.
The notes worked for Dad, didn't they?